The phone screen glowed like a traitor in the dark, its light cutting through the stillness of the bedroom. My thumb hovered over the message notification, just a single line from my wife, Lena, to someone named Alex. Can't stop thinking about last night. My chest tightened, a cold fist gripping me until my breath caught. The clock on the nightstand blinked 2:47 a.m., its red digits mocking the sleepless dread pooling in my gut. I wanted to believe it was nothing, an innocent mistake, a typo, a friend she'd never mentioned. But the words burned, sharp and intimate, like a secret I was never meant to see. I sat frozen at the edge of our bed. The sheets still carried the warmth of Lena's body, though she was downstairs, oblivious, sipping chamomile tea in the kitchen. Her routine had always been the same. Tea, a book, then bed. But tonight, the familiar felt like a lie. The phone trembled in my hand, heavier than the wedding band I still wore. I could confront her now, storm downstairs, demand answers. Or I could stay here, silent, letting suspicion fester like an untreated wound. My mind raced, replaying every moment of our 7 years together, searching for cracks I'd ignored. Lena had seemed distant lately, her smiles thinner, her touches fleeting, but I blamed stress. Her new promotion at the law firm, the long hours, endless client dinners. Still there had been signs, hadn't there? The way she lingered over her phone, tilting the screen away when I walked by. The faint scent of unfamiliar cologne on her scarf last week, dismissed as a crowded elevator. The late nights she blamed on team meetings, though her colleagues never mentioned them when I asked. Each memory twisted like a knife, small but sharp, slicing through my denial. I forced myself to stand. The hardwood floor was cold beneath my bare feet. The house was too quiet, the kind of silence that magnifies every creak, every whisper of doubt. I crept to the staircase, clutching the phone like evidence. Downstairs, the kitchen light spilled into the hallway, soft and golden, a cruel contrast to the storm in my chest. Lena sat at the island, auburn hair loose, one finger tracing the rim of her mug. She looked serene, untouchable, like the woman I'd fallen in love with in that bookstore years ago, laughing over a debate about Austen versus Bronte. How could that woman send those words to someone else? Lena, I said, my voice rough, barely above a whisper. She looked up, startled. Her hazel eyes caught the light. For a moment, I saw the girl who promised forever. I thought, but her gaze shifted to the phone in my hand, and something, guilt, fear, defiance, flashed across her face. Tom, why are you up? Her tone was light, but fractured at the edges like thin ice. She set her mug down. The clink sounded too loud in the stillness. I held up the phone, my hand shaking. Who's Alex? The question hung between us, heavy and jagged. I wanted her to laugh, roll her eyes, call it a mistake, but her lips parted and no sound came. Her silence screamed louder than any confession. It's not what you think, she said finally, low and measured, as if arguing a case. Alex is just a colleague. We were working late last night. I cut her off, bitter words tasting sharp on my tongue. That's what you text a colleague. My voice rose, raw with hurt, and I hated how desperate I sounded. Her face hardened, but her eyes glistened. You went through my phone? She snapped, deflecting. A lawyer's trick, turning the blame on me, but it only fueled my anger. You left it on the counter, Lena. It lit up. I didn't go looking for this. My voice cracked. I hated the vulnerability, the way my love for her still clung to every word. Just tell me the truth. Are you? I couldn't finish. The question felt too heavy, too final. She stood, arms crossed, her silk robe catching the light. It's not an affair, Tom. It's complicated. Complicated. The word echoed hollow, cruel, unraveling years of trust. Complicated how? I pressed, stepping closer. The kitchen tiles were cold under my feet. The air smelled of chamomile and her lavender shampoo, a mix that used to feel like home. Now it smelled like a stranger's house. Tell me what happened last night. Lena's jaw tightened. She looked away, gaze fixed on the window, where the night pressed against the glass. Alex and I, we got close. Too close. It was a mistake. A moment. I didn't mean for it to happen. Her voice broke, and she pressed a hand to her mouth, as if to trap the confession. A moment. The words hit like a punch, stealing my breath. I saw it in my mind. Her laughing with someone else, hands brushing, a stolen kiss in a dimly lit bar. My knees buckled, and I gripped the counter, the granite cold and unyielding. A moment, I growled. You think that makes it okay? That it doesn't rip my heart out? I didn't say it was okay, she snapped, eyes flashing with anger, but beneath it guilt. I'm trying to be honest, Tom. I could have lied, but I didn't. I'm telling you because I love you. Love me? I laughed, bitter and sharp, the sound foreign in my throat. You don't text someone else like that when you love your husband. My hands clenched, nails digging into my palms. I wanted to scream, to break something, but all I could do was stare at her, searching for the woman I thought I knew. She stepped toward me, hand reaching out, but I flinched and she stopped. It was one night, she said softly, pleading. We were drinking, talking about work, and it just happened. I stopped it before it went too far. I swear, Tom, it won't happen again. Too far. My voice was a whisper, hollowed by pain. What's too far, Lena? A kiss? More. How can I trust anything you say? My mind conjured images I couldn't unsee. Her with Alex, bodies close, wedding vows forgotten. I wanted to believe her, cling to the life we'd built, but doubt gnawed at me relentlessly. She sank back onto the stool, shoulders slumping. I don't know how to fix this, she admitted, voice small, almost childlike. I messed up. I know I did, but I don't want to lose us. Her words stirred something. Hope, maybe, or just desperation. I wanted to hold her, erase the last hour, but the phone still burned in my hand, a reminder of betrayal. Why? I asked, voice breaking. Why him? Why wasn't I enough? Tears filled Lena's eyes. For the first time, she looked broken too. It wasn't about you not being enough, she said. I don't know, Tom. I was lost, stressed, and he was there listening. It felt good to be seen for once. Seen. Her words cut deeper than I expected. Had I stopped seeing her? The late nights, the skipped dinners, brushing off her complaints. I felt the sting of guilt mingling with my anger, making it hard to breathe. Was this partly my fault? Had I driven her to this? I need time, I said finally, voice flat, drained. I can't do this right now. I turned for the stairs, her phone still in my hand. Tom, please don't shut me out, she called softly. I didn't answer. Upstairs, I locked myself in the guest room, the bed stiff and unfamiliar. My mind churned, replaying her words, her tears, the message. I wanted to forgive her, to believe it was a mistake, but trust was fragile, and hers was shattered. The next morning, I found her asleep on the couch, face streaked with dried tears. I almost reached for her. Then my phone buzzed. A new message from an unknown number. She's lying. It wasn't just one night. Attached was a photo, Lena laughing, her hand on a man's arm, faces too close, too familiar. Timestamp. 2 weeks ago. My heart stopped. The room spun. The air thick with betrayal. She was asleep, unaware of the truth I now held. She had lied about the timeline, maybe about everything. The woman I loved was a stranger, and the life we'd built was a house of cards, collapsing under the weight of her secrets. I stepped outside. The morning air bit against my skin. The world felt fractured, and I wasn't sure if I'd ever find my way back to her, or if I even wanted to.